Leaving perennials unpruned during the winter and then cutting them back in May can greatly improve their performance. Trimming some plants in the fall might weaken them, and some plants actually prefer to overwinter with their leaves intact or with fallen leaves serving as insulation. Because of this, you may give these perennials your whole attention in the spring. Here are 10 plants that require spring pruning rather than fall. Number 1. Aven. There are around 50 species of Jumes, and a number of these are native wildflowers to North America. Although Avens is a popular name for these plants, different species may go by different names. The dark green, scalloped leaves of Aven plants are a hallmark of this clump-forming perennial. They typically bloom in the spring and early summer on tall, wiry stalks, and occasionally they rebloom in the fall. If you've been deadheading and picking up dead leaves throughout the growing season, the plants can stay semi-evergreen all winter long, so there's no need to prune them in the fall. Number 2. Bear's Breeches. As the growing season progresses, you might have to prune back the fading leaves of your bear's breeches. But the new robust growth that emerges in the fall has a good chance of staying evergreen all winter long, weather permitting. Leaving the growth on plants during winter provides much-needed protection in colder climes. Number 3. Bellflower. The genus Campanula includes many species of bellflowers, the most common of which are Dalmatian bellflower, creeping bellflower, and peach-leaved bellflower. To remove unhealthy or unsightly leaves and promote new blooming, most campanulas are shorn back in the summer. Winter is a good time to leave the new basal foliage that you've produced. Number 4. Butterfly bush. Another shrubby plant that is commonly grown as a perennial in colder climates is the butterfly bush, scientifically known as Biblia dividi. In the spring, it returns to its original state after dying back to the ground. To reduce winter kill while growing returning perennials, keep the stems and leaves in place all winter. In spring, when the plant's base starts to show hints of green, prune it back to a height of 6 to 10 inches. Number 5. Cushion Spurge. Cushion Spurge, or Euphorbia polychroma, can flourish as a shrub in warmer regions. To prepare for winter in regions with lower average temperatures, prune the plant in the spring to just below ground level. Do your best to deadhead wasted blossoms to keep this plant from readily self-seeding. Anyone or anything that comes into contact with cushion spurge will pass poison. Number 6. Delphinium. Perennial garden delphiniums aren't very hardy and only last a few years. A lot of gardeners stop trying to grow them as perennials and instead cultivate them as annuals just for the show-stopping flowers that they produce. Remove the flower stalks from delphiniums in the fall, but keep the leaves till spring if you're growing them as perennials. If you do this, the plant will have the best possible chance of coming back in the spring. Both people and animals can die by ingesting this plant. Number 7. Lady's Mantle. Perennial lady's mantle grows in mounds and has scalloped edges and light green, spherical leaves. From the end of spring into the beginning of summer, stems of green blossoms droop over the foliage. Regularly shearing lady's mantle is not something she enjoys. Even though sunburn may necessitate selective deleafing or occasional shearing, Leaving Lady's mantle uncut and tidied up in the spring will allow it to overwinter better. Number 8. Turtlehead. A clump-forming perennial, Turtlehead bears snapdragon-like hooded blooms. Because of its poor performance in dry soils, it is best kept in damp areas. It appears that turtleheads have a better chance of surviving winter if the foliage is left on until April. But when the blooms fade, you should deadhead the flower heads. Number 9. Basket of Gold. When shorn after flowering and not allowed to grow to seed, Basket of Gold thrives and lives longer. However, in mild winters, the foliage can remain evergreen. Reducing its growth till spring seems to be a waste of time. Number 10. Black-Eyed Susan. Although the seed heads of Black-Eyed Susans aren't very pretty in the winter, they supply birds with a lot of food. If you plant the leftover seeds in the garden next spring, they will sprout easily and spread like wildfire. Well, thanks for watching video from Catchy Garden. Don't forget to click like and subscribe button to always support our channel. You can also turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos from us. We'll see you in the next videos.